Graeme Gibson. I'm with the KCNAP, and we also own CTC Wireless, the largest fixed wireless internet provider in the region. One of the things that I was explaining about running speed tests was that it's not only a question of how fast the connection is in the island of Google Fiber, which is plenty fast. It is also the question of making the connections to the rest of the world. Today, in their example that they were running today, we actually did a test. The backhaul went back to California, and then came back to Dallas, and then back to Kansas City, and then to the speed test servers. And one of the questions that was asked was why that speed test wasn't remarkably fast, at gigabit speed. The problem is the question of aggregation and peering. Aggregation is collecting all of the bits together and putting them on bigger and bigger pipes until you can get all of the traffic out. And peering is the question of doing that all locally so that you have as many local interconnections as possible on a switch fabric rather than having to route the traffic all the way across the country and back. Right now, most of the traffic that hits this region goes through 4 regional centers: Chicago, Dallas, Denver, and Kansas City. The KCNAP is one of 3 peering fabrics. Another is WAN 6, and the third is KCIX. Those 3 peering fabrics exist in 4 regional data centers: 1102 Grand, 324 East 11th Street, which is the old telephone building, and 2401 Holly Street, which is a large data center along the train tracks where all the fiber comes north-south in the United States.
Okay.
Now, connecting those buildings right now is a new dark fiber ring that we are currently bringing up at 400 gigabits of total capacity. So one of the things that needs to happen is to have this network peer off locally, which we'll do for free, and Google has been famous in the past for peering with any other good peering point in the country. So we expect that that may happen. And that way, the tests that would be run locally here would hit our speed test servers and show 700, 800 megs of capacity to the speed test server.
Have you heard anything about the getting Kansas City on Internet 2? I've heard rumors that they're working on a trunk to St. Louis.
Internet 2 is already running through Kansas City. The nodes come through 1100 Walnut. And Level 3 has already built that infrastructure. It's paired at 1102 Grand with CAMREN, the Kansas Regional Educational Network, and also tied back to a peering point with the KCNAP. So that interconnection has already been built.
Okay.
And the IPv6 educational network is also up, which you can find at OK.net. No, excuse me, OK.org.